Welcome to the wonderful world of parenthood. Having a baby is both exciting and terrifying. The importance of raising a healthy child cannot be overstated. These precious new lives, when nurtured by loving parents, become healthy, contributing members of a new generation. It's truly exciting when you bring your precious newborn home for the first time. The comfort of your home serves as the base from which you begin to raise and care for your treasured new infant. As soothing as it is to be in your own space, it also presents many hazards. Making your home a safe home is one of the most important things you can do to ensure that your child grows up safe and healthy.
As parents, there are numerous things that we need to think about to ensure our child's safety. In the beginning, let's just focus on the basics, which is wholesome food and its preparation, fresh, clean air to breathe, and fresh, pure water to drink and prepare their food and formula. The rest will come.
In the first 6 months, all of the organs and systems in your infant's body are still developing. They're 100% dependent upon their parents to create a healthy environment in which they can thrive. The air in your house should be clean and free from environmental hazards. According to the EPA, indoor air pollution is one of the greatest threats to public health of all environmental problems because people spend almost 90% of their time indoors. Indoor air may be 25 to 100 times more polluted than outdoor air. Infants and small children are at greater risk due to the increased amount of time they spend sleeping and close to the floor. Asthma rates have increased over 300% in the last 15 years. Respiratory illness is the #1 cause of sickness in children under 1. From the moment your infant arrives home and throughout their entire life, the quality of the air they breathe is extremely significant. The use of chemicals and tobacco products should be completely avoided. Ensure your house is free from mold and gets adequate ventilation. Clean AC vents and AC filters regularly. Never vacuum with your infant in the same room. We recommend increasing clean air circulation while purifying your air. New studies now indicate that SIDS may be prevented by providing adequate air movement and a clean indoor air environment.
This is very exciting. As most people know, SIDS is a devastating process that claims the lives of approximately 2,000 babies every year in this country. And as a medical community, we're not really sure exactly what causes it. So this study is exciting because while it doesn't show a cause and effect for SIDS, it did show a pretty significant association between something as simple as circulating the air in the infant's room, and it reduced the risk by 72% that those babies would die of SIDS.
Clean air can also improve the brain's ability to function, improve concentration, boost learning abilities, promote better sleep, reduce allergy flare-ups, and improve respiratory health. In addition to the air in your home, the water you use for cooking, making formula, and bathing could have a negative impact on your infant's developing systems. The quality of the water in their formula can affect its taste and smell. The quality of the water you bathe them in can pollute their delicate skin as well as the air in the bathroom. Aging pipes leach lead into many household water supplies.
Drinking water may contribute up to 20% of the background exposure to lead in the general population and up to 40 to 60% in formula-fed infants, according to EPA estimates. Like many other contaminants, high levels of lead are associated with more severe health effects in children and infants.
According to the EPA, there is no safe level for lead. 98% of all households contain pipes, solder joints, or fittings that contribute some level of lead to the water. Chlorine and other natural contaminants can combine to create volatile THMs, which have been linked to cancer. According to the U.S. Council on Environmental Quality, people on chlorinated water systems have a 93% higher risk for developing cancer. The answer is obvious. Pure water is an essential element to raising a healthy child. In addition to the water you use for bathing and drinking, the water you use while cooking, as well as the types of foods and how you prepare them, are essential ingredients to forging a long and happy life. After you establish a healthy eating plan, it's time to make your home a safe home so you can enjoy this exciting stage where you'll witness your child learning and improving every single day. Around the 4th month, you may begin preparations for introducing solid foods, as well as preparing your house for a crawling new energy that is curious about everything and will readily put anything and everything into their tiny little mouths. Many hospitals offer classes on making your home a safe home for baby, and we encourage every parent to enroll. A home not baby-proofed is an accident waiting to happen, and then happen again, as children and infants are often hazardous to their own health. There are hundreds of things that can have a negative impact on your maturing infant. In this section, we're going to identify some basic issues in each room that you should be aware of and make changes if necessary. We'll begin with the outdoors. There are numerous hazards outdoors that can have a negative impact on your growing child. Poisonous plants, animal waste, insects, and automobiles are your largest concern. Identify any poisonous plants around your property so that if your child eats any, you can properly tell the authorities what type of plant they ingested. We recommend putting the Poison Control Hotline phone number on your refrigerator. In many cases, the National Poison Control Hotline can provide magnets for your refrigerator and stickers for your phone at no charge. In addition, if you live around lakes or have a pool, you need to be extra vigilant, as drowning is the #1 cause of death for children under 4. Never leave your child unattended in an automobile, and never travel without your child secured in their car seat. Never let your child play in the driveway, and if you use an automatic garage door opener, make sure that its safety features are working properly. Otherwise, it could seriously injure your small child. The garage itself is a significant contributor to poor indoor air quality, especially if it's attached to the house. Chemical fumes, carbon monoxide, gas fumes from power tools, and stored gasoline can all penetrate the air in your home. Clothes dryers and freezers should be locked and entry-proofed. Also, be aware of any freestanding buckets or pools of water. Each year, children drown in buckets of water. Once inside the house, the list continues. We'll begin in the kitchen. Make sure vitamins and other medicines have child-proof caps and are out of their reach. Keep all sharp knives and other utensils on the back of the counter. Long phone cords should be eliminated. Try to cook on the back burners or install a stove guard so your child can't get access to the stove. Use clean filtered water for all your formula and cooking needs. Make sure step stools and chairs are away from countertops so they can't climb. Be aware of small twist ties or plastic bag fasteners that may get dropped on the floor and present a choking hazard. Install a stove lock to keep the oven door closed. Make sure all appliances are unplugged and the cords are neatly stored. Secure all cabinets and drawers as to prevent access to any toxic cleaning supplies or chemicals. Make sure your garbage can isn't easily accessible. Plastic garbage bags and shopping bags should be stored out of reach as they are choking hazards. Always keep a fire extinguisher handy. Create an emergency contact document that contains your name, your address, your doctor's name and phone number, and the number 911 in large, bold fonts. In case an emergency happens, anyone present should be able to call 911 and give them your address as quickly as possible. The living room or family room is where families spend a great deal of time. We recommend parents to get on their hands and knees and crawl in order to visualize life from your baby's perspective and identify potential hazards. Avoid placing change, nail clippers, car keys, or any small objects that can become choking hazards on entry or coffee tables. Keep all matches and lighters out of reach. All power outlets should have plug covers. Smoke detectors should be placed in every bedroom and checked often. All furniture or big screen TVs should be tethered to the wall to keep from tipping over. Reclining chairs pose a significant hazard to infants and small children. Make sure your child can't open the battery compartment of your TV remote, as they could swallow the batteries. Make sure there are no knickknacks or decorative objects that can be easily swallowed. Eliminate candles, as they pollute your indoor air and may cause a fire. Keep all electrical cords neat and out of reach to avoid a strangulation hazard. Indoor plants should be out of reach, and watch out for those beautiful holiday plants like the poinsettia, as they are poisonous. Address all sharp corners or sharp objects that your crawling toddler may come in contact with. If you have a fireplace, make sure there is a barrier around it. If you have stairs, make sure they are carpeted, safe, and have a non-accordion barrier at the top and bottom. Now let's look at the nursery. The air should be clean and free from environmental pollutants. The crib should have no blankets, stuffed animals, or thick padded baby bumpers. All of these items can contribute to the possibility of sudden infant death syndrome. They can promote the rebreathing of carbon dioxide, which can lead to suffocation. In addition to a quality filtering system that increases clean air circulation, they now make breathable mesh baby bumpers that safely keep your infants snug in their cribs. Always make sure your baby is warmly dressed and sleeps on its back with no blankets or stuffed animals. A sleeping wedge is okay, provided you follow the instructions. Additionally, eliminate stuffed animals and carpeting, as they contain dust mites, which excrete a highly allergic fecal matter that may cause a variety of respiratory problems. Keep dangerous objects off of low levels of the changing table. Never leave your baby unattended on the changing table. We also recommend using chlorine-free diapers and wipes, as well as chlorine-free cleaning products. Make sure all blind cords are inaccessible to avoid a strangulation hazard. And don't keep small garbage cans on the floor within reach of a crawling infant. The bathroom is one of the more dangerous rooms in the house. Install a toilet lock to protect your infant from drowning in the bowl. Make sure that any cleaning brushes are kept out of reach. Keep the medicine chest locked at all times. Put child-proof locks on all drawers and cabinets. Keep all hair dryers, curling irons, and electrical appliances and their cords out of reach. Make sure your hot water heater is set to a maximum of 120 degrees to avoid burning your child. Filter your bath water to avoid dry skin and to prevent harmful chlorine fumes from irritating your infant's lungs or eyes. Never leave a child unattended in the bath, not even for a second. Safely store all dangerous cosmetics out of reach. Use safety door handles whenever necessary. And always have a spare key to each room to avoid being locked out or your child locked in. Now let's move on to the bedrooms. Make sure that nightstands and drawers are locked. Avoid leaving jewelry or any small objects on nightstands. Dry cleaning and dry cleaning bags can be dangerous to infants. Be aware of small objects that can possibly get dropped on the floor, like loose change, coat hangers, or plastic shopping bags. Keep all business supplies like staplers, pencils, and paper clips out of reach. And finally, keep all pet foods and litter boxes out of reach to prevent children from choking on dry, small pet food pellets. These are but a few of the major issues you need to be aware of when bringing a newborn home for the first time. As a new parent, you have a great responsibility to ensure the health and safety of your precious new arrival. The quality of the air they breathe, the purity of the water used for cooking and bathing, and the foods they eat should be the primary focus of your planning. Then, at about the 4th month, you need to make plans to address the next stage, which includes making your home a safe home for your crawling infant. Ignoring these needs can have a far-reaching impact that may last throughout their entire life. The fact that you're watching this presentation means that you want the best for your child. And today, making the right choices is easier than ever. You have the power to ensure that your new infant and your entire family can enjoy an active life of health and happiness while experiencing the peace of mind that comes from making healthy choices. After all, making the right choices today will ensure a happier, healthier tomorrow.